everyone, my name is Roycelectron. Welcome back to Doki Literature Club. And we're here making our poem. And I think the last time it said, like, choose words that you think would favor one person or something like that. You think one person would like. So, who do I pick? Wait, who is this? Is this Monica or is this Sayori? I think it's Sayori, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just choose Yuri because, you know, her interests are like similar to mine. Maybe everyone's interests are similar to mine, but anyways. She was reading freaking horror recently, she said. So, dark. What do I freaking pick? Dark, bouncy, nightgown. Yay! And freaking what word? Email, heaven sent, love, incapable. Games? No. I don't know. Heaven sent, yes. Kawaii. Wow! Watashi wa kawaii! What do I go? Variance? I'm just gonna choose whatever sounds least fun. Exactly. Misfortune. No, defeat. Yes. Disoriented. Okay. Frightening. What the hell is effulgent? Okay. Eternity. Universe. Unrestrained. Oh, I have to choose up to 20. And I have 5 left. Infinite. Okay. Unstable. Doki. Yes. Forgive? Loud. Yes. Determination. Stay determined. I'm not playing those kinds of games. What's the game? Undertale. Yes, I already forgot the name. Insight, analysis, intellectual. I could have picked that, but wow. Oh, also, I have decided on their voices, but Monica, not sure. But anyways, let's go. I'm still laughing at my freaking previous recording because I can't do voices. But now I have something prepared, some voices prepared for them. So yeah, Monica. I'm just gonna give her my regular girl voice, girl voice like I have. So, like, hi again, Royce. And also, I'm just gonna read that as Royce. That was my mistake. I should have just freaking written it as my regular name. Glad to see you. You didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for no. That's not the voice. Thanks for keeping your promise, Royce. Thanks. Yes. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you can certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself struck between saying Monica and manga. What if you just said, my mom?
Manga is literature!
Okay. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. I already lost my voices.
Don't worry, guys. Royce always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking,
Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Royce can become good friends too.
Sayuri?
Hmm?
As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayuri.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Am I making the right voices that I made for them? Are they sounding different or are they sounding the same? I don't know. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, and I made something for you too. The poem, I made it specifically for Yuri. Yes. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Okay, it'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so she forgot about the assignment. Okay, Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet, trying to find, I don't know, manga. Or her cupcakes, or whatever. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. She has 2 copies? Whoa! More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face even deeper in her book. I can't read again. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
She just bought the freaking book for me. My character, not me. Freaking... I see. You're lying. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Like Elsa. Let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closed the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. What is that about? There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, she just said she recently was reading some dark stuff, or I mean horror, but it's close enough. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so dark that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Royce?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Yes, I'm having a hard time doing your voice.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So
I always do that with my voice when I'm doing high-pitched voice, like my voice cracks.
So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
Wait, what? You're giving me a book to read and I don't have to read it? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Yes. Let me just get the book. You're quite indecisive, aren't you? I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Like, frick, what is this, horror game movie? Like, there's someone watching behind you. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. She's standing right here. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. She's looking at mine. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you don't have to apologize a lot, don't you? You really apologize a lot, don't you? And I'm sorry that I'm not reading this properly. I'm stupid.
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
she apologized again. Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Ah, I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Wow, it feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to open the book. To hold the book open. I need to practice reading, because fucking hell, I can't read. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Oh, she's the one. Now it's in her desk. No, I mean, it's in the middle. Wait, what? I didn't read what she said. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Oh, she just held it. Why do I always do that? I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Yeah, you got distracted, did you, dude?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do.
Look at that smile, freaking... That's creepy.
Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Okay. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more of a blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment. Okay.
But, Royce, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share our today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Oh, how? Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. Why don't I get to make some choices here? What is this game? Isn't it supposed to be like a weird dating simulator game? Or am I just gonna have to click here, read the story like I'm reading a freaking visual novel? Wait, isn't that what this is? I just made a fool of myself. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Ryuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm gonna show it from Master, Miss President, yes, and then Vice President, and then Yuri, and then Natsuki. That's just how I'm gonna do it. If I get to choose the order, I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Yes, Master, here, my project. Hi, Roizu. Having a good time so far? Yeah.
Is that the voice that I gave her?
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Just keep it in mind. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Roizu. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Royce. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Yeah, that is right. It's like you have to act dumb, so sometimes when you act smart, you get like some surprise from everyone. Like people won't be disappointed of you if their expectations are already low. So that's kind of smart.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
Yes! I did it right. Monica thinks the same as me.
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. closes my eyes. Well, let's read it then. Okay, what have you... Oh, hole in the wall. That already doesn't sound good. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkles protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. I already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. What do you mean he, on the other side, was looking in? I thought you see the freaking all the possibilities. Choices, I mean. What? Click out. Okay. That was kind of weird, and I don't understand those poems. I don't understand poems. How do people understand poems?
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I think, isn't poems meant to be like, rhymed or anything? 'Cause that's what I always thought of it. Like, it has to rhyme and it has to have meaning and story or story behind it, but I don't understand that. I mean, I get like there's a story, but there's no rhyme. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it, but Windows. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that.
What's an epiphany? Like, isn't that like kind of like a future sight? Right? No?
I'm probably confusing words. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yes.
Okay, next is
Sayuri! Sayuri! Yes! The cheery character! This is a good poem, Royce. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Yes, I just make my voice louder. Suddenly, sometimes. Yes, that's my Sayuri voice. Yes. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Royce. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
The rasp in my voice is coming out. It's coming out like this again. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Fuck. That's how I imagine she would be. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear Sunshine. This is not a poem, this is a letter. A letter to your friend, Sunshine. Sunshine. Yes, Sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning. It makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to keep me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Let me guess. You just wrote this as you woke up earlier because you forgot to do it last night.
Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this same thoughts this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say anything that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Like someone wrote it just as they woke up. Sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast. And I put ketchup on it, and I didn't put any other thing because I like it.
What am I even trying to do here? What am I even trying to say? What am I trying to accomplish? And my freaking light over here is going tumbling all over the place. Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yay, Monica. Banzai.
Yeah. But next
time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Cool. Next. Yuri. Why did I put Natsuki at last? I don't know. Maybe it's just lines of priorities. It's not like I hate her already or anything. It's just that, you know, she tries to act like she wants to be away from us, so give her that. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. She's a robot all along. She had the freaking laser vision.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
This is my first time.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It is actually my first time. Really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah.
She is acting.
Okay, there's the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form and fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Okay.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are some different skills and techniques that
Why is my voice always cracking? That
that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part.
I'm not really I don't really have anything to say like most of the time to what they're saying because I can't relate to what Yuri's saying, and I talk to her most of the time because she talks a lot even though she's supposed to be the shy type.
It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, she likes cute things. Never mind, I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I mean, I'm not Natsuki, so who are you to say it's fine? She's not talking about you behind your back. I mean, far away from you, probably. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. I don't know. She's probably apologizing to the chair. This chair. First row, third seat. Yes. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, Ghost Under the Light. I can't read. The tendrils of my hair illuminate between the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the rest of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I don't really get poems. I don't understand any of what they're doing, except Natsuki. That was very straightforward. The sun woke her up, and then she made breakfast. That's it.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
No, it's just cursive that I can't read. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I just can't read it because I'm not used to reading that anymore.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Royce.
Yeah, it's about future, past, what do you call this? I think I understand it a little bit, like it's a person who loves the past going into the future, maybe? Or an old person seeing the new generation. Could be like that, freaking hell, because I don't know. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Yes, we both probably did.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to ghost.
I can't read I can't hear my voice, so I have to remove one of my headphones so I hear my voice. I'm sorry. You're probably already bored of this because this is just me reading a story, right? How did people make a game walkthrough of this game? They're just reading, making their own voices. Why is there? Imagine if there was like voiceovers for these characters. What else would you do if you do a walkthrough in this game? Anyways,
Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon be left with nothing.
that's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
She always like freaking goes that way. Her side profile is weird. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Royce.
Me too. Okay. Who should I show my poem to next? The last one, Natsuki. Oh no, my voice. What?
Royce, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Let me guess, there's a word bear, strawberry, cute, and... what else? Ribbon. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Wow, animals! Cool! Pat on the head. Freaking that's very nice. Very character. What do you call that? Very in character. Yes.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it. It's kind of like a child wrote a poem for their mom or their teacher.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand. Simple, very simple. Every animal can do their own thing, and people can try. I mean, humans probably. See what you mean, but yeah, I don't even know how that sentence came to be.
But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Then I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you?
Yeah, guess not. I can't read. I decided to humor her with that last comment. Yeah, look at her freaking face getting... I don't know. What's the word for it? Getting proud and all. Just that word. Just go with it. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Cool. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. How are they looking at you? Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. She can't understand what Yuri is saying. And Yuri smiles sadly. She is probably disappointed, or she's thinking Natsuki is so childish or cute or something like that.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
No, that's not my voice for...
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Yes, I predicted it.
Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or anything. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. People did. Sayuri liked it. And Royce too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestion of my own. First of all,
Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Royce liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. I'm not Natsuki, why would I stand up?
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Royce appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I'd be...
To Natsuki. Yuri, I mean.
I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well,
You know what? I wasn't the one whose bows magically grew size bigger as soon as Roy started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki.
No, that's not my voice for Monica.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you.
I can't do two voices at once.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls run towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Roizu, she's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What is the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Royce.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. Yes, I can't relate to what both of you are saying. You understand that, right, Royce? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be help me, Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me. What? Drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Royce! Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri that what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never.
It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Stop, you guys! This is unlike you two! You shouldn't be fighting over poems! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends, and I love you very, very much! I just want everyone to get along and be happy! My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences!
Exactly what I said! I mean, not exactly, but, like, it's close enough.
Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because... Well... Also, Natsuki is cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are bigger and that's the same as they always were.
You're trying to cover up something she did.
Big and beautiful.
Fucking hell, I feel like I shouldn't be doing it. I shouldn't be playing this game. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. How do you stare at nothing? There's always gonna be something that you're staring at. Even if I'm staring at it like that, I'm staring at the nothingness. I'm staring here. That's still something. You can't stare at nothing. Maybe if you're blind, you can't stare at anything, but... So, this is why Sayori is vice president. She's the mediator. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me.
Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes the two of us... You can count on me. What? You can count on me? On me? Yes, I just read that wrong. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alrighty. Well, mostly.
Royce, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
We're gonna write another poem, I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Stay determined.
Royce! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. What, like freaking radical beam? I don't know. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with this commentary? Am I even entertaining you? Are you still watching? It's been 1 hour. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. And also, I've freaking tangled my headphone wire the whole time that I was reading this freaking game. Sayuri, about what happened earlier.
Eh? What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Yeah. You know, Royce, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think getting along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulders. Bro. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue to sometimes. But that's external now because it's not you.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, are we gonna write another poem? Okay, finally! The club meeting is over and my freaking glasses probably falling like that in the entirety of this video. I don't know how much I have like put it up, but because I don't want it to be inside my headphones because it's pressing into my head and that hurts over time, especially when you're doing 1 hour videos on YouTube. It's fucking hell. So I put it above here so that it slides down. But anyways, that has been really interesting. So, based on my massive anime knowledge, I think Natsuki and Yuri are trying to get my attention and Monica is just, you know, is still a mysterious character that we know nothing about. My character wants to talk to her more, but I don't think that would be like, I don't know. I don't think that would happen anytime soon. So, what my plan is this time is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to impress Natsuki now because I tried to do with Yuri before. Now it's Natsuki. I probably should be focusing on one person, maybe. I don't really know, but I really want to like even it out to all of them. So yeah. So my first choice here would be Puppy if I would to choose Natsuki. So yeah. Let me know if you're like enjoying this or even if you're watching or freaking is there even people watching this up to this time, like 58 minutes into a video game that's just reading and knowing a story when there's like millions more other people out there doing the same game who did the same game like 10 years ago, because I don't know how long this game has been, but I've seen videos of it a long time ago. I mean, I haven't watched it, I've just seen like you know, thumbnails from like PewDiePie, whatever, the best YouTubers ever. Like, what am I even saying? Like the top YouTubers, they did it, like they played this a long time ago, and yeah, like so that is it for the episode 2 of Doki Doki Literature Club. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button and stars again. Leave a comment down below if you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Electrify.
Electrify with you.